You know, if I had a controller, I would actually consider restreaming Diddy Kong Racing, but then I remembered Pig Fight, and then yeah, nah. Well, I need to turn on all the stuff here. No, no, no. Hold on. I had to disable these because I was recording for the newest short that you can check on. Where can you check it, huh? You can check it out on YouTube's and TikTokeroni. I personally prefer the YouTube's. Oh, some YouTube. Oh, I'm fairly tired. But I still want to play. I still want to play the game. Life is like a video game. Right, I ended that stream. How much time do I have today? Roughly 2 hours. So...
Access needed.
Okay. So where were we at last time? I don't remember. I don't even know what we have to do, but I'm pretty sure I will figure it out. Oh yeah, we need to get to, have I been here? Apparently. Am I ready to be searching this? I need CS. The mall. Oh boy. Ah, they kept the creepy music. They kept the creepy music. They kept the creepy music. However, you know what they didn't keep? Hey. Ah, I can't recycle that one, okay. But I can recycle this. Some sweet nanites. We only have 1,300.
You move like an insect. You think like an insect. You are an insect.
For you always.
There is another.
There is another.
You can serve my purpose. Take care not to
Fall too far out of my favor.
patience.
Is not a characteristic
Ow.
of a goddess.
My arms, well not my arms, my hand burns a tiny bit because I was playing with the doggies, and yeah, they don't mind to just, you know, scratch a tiny bit.
You seek your associates, but you cannot find them.
You are so ready. How does it feel
To be one.
against the infinite?
Very simple, there is no infinite. I definitely need to increase my cyber. Fine, I'll find the code. God, this is still creepy. Oh, hold on. Do a little... Oh, thief. Where the fuck did... Oh, that's just rude. Okay, antitoxin. By the way, even if it doesn't sound like it, trust me, I am still very much impressed by this game. Do a little bit of that worm suck. Oh, that's a few corpses. Huh. Why'd they put corpses here? Huh. I mean, the Cyborg Midwave was coming from here, so that makes me think that they were, like, I don't know, trying to turn them into, I mean, there were some analytic eggs as well, so probably like conversion.
I'm so close to Rebecca, it's killing me. I'm spending some time with crew members who said they saw her. They told me to help me find her if I help them set up this transmitter. They're set on saving the Earth. I just want Rebecca. Then I'll take care of the Earth.
Egotistical bastard, but I understand. Fuck the Earth, I only want my waifu.
Security access compromised. Security access compromised.
Fuck. 2? Me when they ask me what the speciality of the new Switch is. 2? I mean, yeah, that's standard issue, but I have the power armor. Okay, recycle for some sweet money. Use one of these, why not? Still be fascinated by the reload animation. Oh yes, so I don't know who looked at the thumbnail on YouTube, but I have to say I had a lot of fun making that one. As I was saying, I really like making that one, despite its simplicity. I don't want to hide forever. Okay.
This is Xerxes. Tri-Optimum reminds you that there are only 163 shopping days until Christmas. An extra work cycle just twice a week can give you the spending money you need to make this holiday a very special one.
Oh, hey, honey. Hey, honey.
Wait 1 second.
Hey, Kichi, honey. Honey, honey. Ama honey. Are you?
So, Honey went into my room, looked for presumably dirty laundry of mine. So she wouldn't be able to find any because I'm telling her not to. And she just leaves. I love my dogs.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Yeah, no, I'm not risking this.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
This should do, right? Ah, fuck. Wait, I'm dead because I have no respawner. I'll waste anti-armor on this. Let me switch to burst fire mode.
This is Xerxes. Tri-Optimum reminds you that there are only 163 shopping days until Christmas. An extra work cycle just twice a week can give you the spending money you need to make this holiday a very special one.
I think I have the money to do that, thank you. Besides, the entire idea of money is necessary to enjoy your time with your loved one. Like, you need money to enjoy the time with your loved ones. That's just horse shit, man. If those family members genuinely care about you, money wouldn't be one of the first concerns, you know? I recycled this mug. Where was this camera? Where was this camera again? Oh, for fuck. Of course, it's the fucking mosquitoes. Fuck off. No. Remember Citadel. Remember Citadel Station. Me went on the toilet trying to take a shit. Recycle. Wait, no, that was the playthrough before I just lost. So I'll need to hack the thing again and get cheaper prices. Oh, you're still on burst fire. Hello. Oh, he's unusable. Well, just do the ancient Eastern European wisdom and just whack it once or twice. It'll work after that.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Trust me, breaking your stuff because it doesn't want to work always worked.
Hi there. Please make your selection. Thank you for choosing value wrap.
That should be enough medical hypos.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Here comes the money. Okay, I need to check the codes. 4. Cool. So there's a 4 somewhere in the middle. Okay, so there's a 4 in there. Okay. I hate those suicide robots. Rosenberg. My nanites.
Hi there.
Why don't I just make a bonfire and throw all my nanites on it? Last night with Nikki was amazing. Hollow woman, real woman. You gotta love technology. But I must have left all my nanites in her room, in the central sim center. What a maroon.
Hi there. Please make your
Oh, this
selection.
one also has a recycler.
Thank you for choosing value wrap.
Talking about recycling. Oh, 46 nanites, bro. I love the recycler. Recycler already paid for itself. Oh, hello, Dory. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Hand is a bit very scratchy and burns because I played with the dogs. Life has more meaning when we do the cleaning. This is a safe for work stream, okay. But yeah, hello, welcome. Thank you for... pardon me. Hi. Thank you for joining, Hero. Hello. Bro, what is wrong with me? Hello. What about you? You doing alright? What you been up to? What you been up to? EP streamer. I'm always EP. Usually I stream right before I go to bed. Like 1 or 2 hours before that. I wanted to invest more into cyber and into... actually I wanted to invest... Oh shit, I shouldn't have invested into... Ah shit. I should have invested into standard. 69 of them. Jesus. 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 No, I just uploaded the last VOD with this. Worms. It even fires worms. Worms. Talking about mosquitoes, fuck mosquitoes. Me and my dad recently took care of a big ol' basin filled with... Oh, lovely. Filled with lots of mosquitoes. They were living in that, and yeah, it was right next door, so of course we were swarmed by goddamn mosquitoes all day, all night. I fucking hate mosquitoes, man. Summer sale. Oh, which one did you buy? You got any recommendations for me, perhaps? No, not 20. No mercy. Not gonna lie, I'm legitimately thinking of making one of those like devices you see on TikTok sometimes, where they scan for mosquitoes and they just bzz, bzz, bzz. It just fucking murders them. Effect was modification with 20% and a custom weapon mod. I mean, maybe actually. Replicators is 20% easier to hack, or items was 20% less. I'm good. Less to 2 implants. Yes, yes, that is actually extremely huge. I was thinking of buying a few games, like 2 games, and the Hex, which I did promise a friend I would play at one point on stream. Major safety hazard. Oh, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Kurva édes anyád. Why am I doing this? I'm not playing CS. Oh, of course, the robots respawn? Fucking mosquito. Hold on, let me actually quickly check which games I was considering to buy, because once I see them, I'm very bad with names. I was thinking of buying The Hex, as I said, because I promised that to a friend, and Fields of Mystria, which apparently is like Stardew Valley, but not Stardew Valley. At least based off of the screenshots I've seen, like, look cool. Oh, a cap! I can just... Oh, look at it. Look at this. We're making mad fucking money. The second Katamari Damacy. Katamari Damacy. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Why does that name ring a bell? Oh, that name rings a bell. Oh, what a love. Need to try Stardew Valley. It's good. I can highly recommend it. It's actually a really good, very cozy game. Though for some reason I've played it a while, and now I'm not really that interested anymore. I can't explain. Jet Set Radio. I have heard of Jet Set Radio. I haven't played it, but I have seen and heard of it. It has some really, really good music. Oh, that reminds me of old League of Legends montages back when League content had soul, which I know a lot of people throw that term around like it's nothing, but that's a topic for another day.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Stim unit. I'm just very curious what they do in here, like...
Replicator database reinitialized.
I mean, what do they do in these? Lance. Nikki. Sven. Hold on 1 second, I'll get to you. My nanites in...
Damn. Why don't I just make a bonfire and throw all my nanites on it?
Value wrap.
Last night with Nikki was amazing. Hollow woman, real woman. You gotta love technology. But I must have left all my nanites in her room in the central sim center. What a maroon.
First year of Overwatch.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Hold on, I wanna slowly start like ordering my thoughts because I tend to say a thing and then forget about it. Especially when I'm like slightly tired. but yeah, I am familiar with Jet Set Radio. Never played it myself. I was thinking of getting it, maybe for stream as well. Who knows? But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. If you're having fun with it, hey, you said they're great, so you must be having fun with them. That's the good shit. Regarding Overwatch, I actually played Overwatch before its release. Not before its release. I played Overwatch like, before the release. Yeah, like at the end of the beta, and then I bought it on release and played it with a friend. Well, back then he was a friend. And it was fun, but my biggest gripe was, well, to be fair, I didn't really have a gripe. I just kind of lost interest after after they released Sombra. Tiene Sombra. My gripe with League nowadays is that most people just care about winning and not about having fun. They only see fun when they have. They only have fun when they win. Which, I mean, yeah, that's when you tend to have fun, but what about the rest? I genuinely feel like people nowadays have just forgotten how to have fun. If that makes any sense. People nowadays only care about efficiency. Which, I mean, yeah, when you're working you should be efficient, but I don't know, I mean, competitive games, okay, but even outside of competitive games, like you have the for fun modes in League, and then people just min-max the ever-living shit out of those modes, and within like a week or two, it just isn't fun anymore because everybody is like, oh, I need to win. Like, I hate to word it like this, but the tryhards just enter the mode, and then after that it's just, oh, okay, I can't do my off-meta stuff anymore. But I digress, usually green, or white, depending on where I have to go. Mindset 2. I actually had plenty of fights with Lissandra mains in League. Now, if in case you don't know, I am very much into Lissandra, a champion in League of Legends, and actually, was it even with them that I had the beef? Yes, sort of. I sort of had some beef with them about this. Though the beef definitely stemmed from just a lot of players who only cared about min-maxing. One second. 1 second. There we go. Brain, please. Yeah, I definitely had talks. Like, I remember talking with this one person. They were ironically, well, not ironically, funny enough, also Lissandra main, and they were criticizing me for playing my champion my way, like my champion, playing Lissandra my way, which is an inefficient, quote unquote inefficient way. And they were like, oh, but this can't work, and I'm like, then why am I like diamond, which in League is like top 1.5% globally? Oh, you were just lucky. Oh yeah, okay, cool, then why was I able to do it several times? Or just, oh yeah, I think I now remember why I was even trying to bring this up, because this mindset of like, there's only one correct way, I actually, my entire like movement against that started with Lissandra mains, because they were telling me that I was wrong about how to play. Because according to them, Lissandra, like that champion, has to be played one way, and only this one way. Any other way is wrong and inefficient. And yeah, I reached diamond with it, and then they were like, oh, I distinctly remember. Oh yeah, that's they were being. Hold on, I swear I'll be able to finish my point at one point. Remind me of this point some other time, because I feel like I can't put together coherent sentences in this regard. Apologies. Oh, very good. Very good impression for the second stream. I do nothing but disappoint, trust me. I swear, the thing with me is that I dislike it when people tell me that what I'm doing is wrong if they have no good reasons. Like, I had lots of quarrels with the Lysandra mains. Don't worry, I will be able to finish this point in the next decade. And I was trying to, like, it was about the rune that was, like, oriented towards tanks. I'm trying to keep the wording here general enough. I'm assuming you haven't played League, but you did say you played Overwatch, so I'm going to, yeah, keep it general. So there's, like, this rune thing, like, things that change how you play. And I was an avid defender of a defensive-minded rune. What this rune did was that if you were to stun an enemy, you would gain defensive stats. So you would gain armor and magic resist, so the enemy would deal less damage to you. Alright. The thing about Lysandra's kit, in very short, I'm paraphrasing here, is that she is a champion that is forced to go in, but has nothing to win a short engagement. Like, she jumps in, does a bit of stuff, but the enemy can still fight back, thus making her response, her engage is mediocre. So if the enemy just has more to offer and just waits for Lysandra to go in, Lysandra will take a lot of damage. And she only has a one-way blink, so if she goes in, there's no way back for her. And that is why I've argued, okay, why not just go this rune? And then everybody's adamant about, oh, but Lysandra is nothing but a burst mage. And I'm like, okay, I understand the point of a burst mage because she has very good scalings. I understand your point of view. But consider this, either you kill them instantly or you don't. And if you can't instantly kill them, well, you're sitting duck, essentially. I'm not saying she can't do that, but there's champions that do it better. And long story short, I got essentially bullied out of their server because I didn't agree with them. I wish I was kidding. It even got to a point where I got fucking cyber stalked by them. I'm not even joking. They cyber stalked me because I said a champion works with a rune. Because, oh, how dare a rune be good to the champion and then the champion get nerfed because of it. Oh, how, oh, so bad. And, yeah, I don't know, they're fucking bellends. And because of that, what I then did is I went on a, sort of a spite path. Spite path, good English. I went on a spite spree where I essentially kill a monkey. No, where I essentially said, okay, you know what? I will reach high elo, literally just because you all told me that what I'm doing is wrong. Because I told them, hey, I want to play Lysandra as a tank instead of as a damage champion. And they told me, oh no, you're wrong. And I was like, okay, sure, if I'm wrong, then let's see if I can make it work. Well, turns out I could make it work. What they then did is, as a mockery back, I took a burner Reddit account. You can actually still find this Reddit post if you look for it in r/Lysandra mains, where I essentially mocked them back, saying, so you all told me that Lysandra is only a burst mage, but I reached diamond without it on a role like a support that doesn't make a lot of money. So yeah, please change your minds, Lamau. And now I want to emphasize, I don't care about people's ranks. As long as I can get along with you, I don't really care about quote unquote. I don't really mind who you are as long as we get along, right? This person told me in comments, it's cool that you reached Diamond with Tank Lysandra support, but she's still a burst mage. I was thinking, okay, I expected this response, this is nothing new. So I checked them out. They were bronze, constantly complaining about Lysandra, that things didn't, that everything is shit for her. And anything that wasn't burst, they were criticizing hard. I had a good laugh. I didn't even respond to them. I was just thinking, damn. Again, I want to emphasize, I really don't care about people's ranks. Like, you could be the worst player on the planet, as long as I get along with you, I don't give a shit. We're having fun while playing, hey, let's, I don't know, troll or something. Who gives a shit, really? But that person, I was genuinely like, bruh. Wait, where haven't I been? Okay, to be fair, I have been walking around just rambling. I tend to do that sometimes when I'm allowed to. Which is why I love streaming. I can just ramble about useless things like, I don't know, pasta prices. In case you don't know, I'm a really avid cooker. Avid in the sense of I love cooking. Whether my cooking is good, you have to try yourself. The way I have once cooked when I was over in the US. Well, I was in the US, I think. I think I was in the US 5 times. Thrice in Disney World when I was 6, 11, and 16. Yes, always 5 years apart, coincidentally. Then, 2 years ago, me and my parents were in Hawaii, which was fun, but it's its own can of worms. I'll get to that story in a second, if you want to know about it. Just the one spoiler I'm going to give about that is show your ID regarding beer bottles. I'll get to that in a second. Not that I'm criticizing that, but that's just a small taste. And when I was in Arkansas visiting a friend. Oh, regarding Arkansas, right? So, you're American Dory, if I remember correctly, right? And I was visiting a friend that was living in Arkansas, like northern Arkansas. I don't specifically know where it was exactly, but it had an airport in, yeah, northern Arkansas. A Burgerlander. Yeah, boy. I was visiting a friend in yeah, northern Arkansas, and I was coming from Munich. I had a switch in Chicago, and then I had a switch in Chicago, and then from Chicago to northern Arkansas. Again, my apologies, I don't know the specific name. And after like an hour of standing in line, because everything had delays as per usual.
Power drain.
Fucking mosquito on my arm. I come up to the agent, and obviously drink soda. Wait, when was my last save? Oh, thank God. Yeah, so after standing in line, I get to the guy after an hour. And obviously the typical questions of like typical questions. He asked me for my passport and everything, which of course I already had prepared because I know what he wants to know. And then he asked me, so where's your destination? Or rather, no, so what's your purpose for visiting? I tell him I want to visit a friend in Arkansas. And you should have seen his face. It went from a typical a typical check to what? It went to a very surprised face of, how do you know somebody from Arkansas? Like, how do you know somebody from Arkansas? And I told him, yeah, we met on the internet years ago and I decided to finally visit them.
Access needed.
And he was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. Anyways, so I was over. And obviously I did all the typical stuff you would do. Think of all. The guy was like, I'd say like in his 40s. Something like that. I didn't take the question personally. If anything, I humbled the guy. Humbled the guy. I was laughing about it because, yeah, in hindsight, who the fuck goes to Arkansas? Which, regarding Arkansas, I found it really interesting when one of the Ubers told me that apparently Arkansas doesn't have any regulations when it comes to cars. Like, I was, like, we here in Germany have very strict rules. Like extremely strict rules of like this has to work, that has to work, this has, like, don't have a higher, like, your exhaust pipe shouldn't emit more than XYZ with this model of, or like this type of Mercedes or whatever the fuck, or your engine has to, or like, your engine has to be a Euro 4, Euro 5, otherwise you pay more, and it's a rabbit hole that, like, quite to right. That I don't know. I'm not that much into motorcycles, but I do know they're also fairly strict. I primarily know about trucks and cars because my parents have a trucking company. So that is what I know about. But yeah, we have, as I said, we have very strict regulations. And then I talked with the guy. Like, he asked me, so where am I from? And I'm telling him, yeah, I'm from Germany, visiting a friend here, and obviously one of the first things that I was asked about is, hey, so what about cars? And I was like, oh yeah, cars are cool and shit. I'm not the biggest expert, but my parents have a trucking company and all that stuff. And then he talked about worms. No, he didn't talk about worms. That was the last stream. And then he talked about how he was on the Autobahn and everything. You know, to me, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, Autobahn, I'm used to the chaos, whatever. And then I asked him, I asked him, so what about regulations and stuff, right? Like, what about rules here? And then he told me, yeah, there's nothing. And I was like, fuck do you mean there's nothing? I mean, not in this way, but I was like, what do you mean there's nothing? And he told me, yeah, so essentially everything is okay until an accident happens and then you get into trouble. I'm like, so I could be having a car that is essentially equivalent of like a train engine. Like spewing fumes like you wouldn't believe. And up until I don't do a thing, everything, like, until anything happens, everything's okay. And he's like, yep. I was like, damn. It was like, interesting. Didn't know that was the case. I'm assuming it is an Arkansas thing, though you probably know better. I don't know much about the US. Other than that clam chowder fucking rocks. Oh, I had some clam chowder. Holy macaroni. I loved clam chowder. Oh, I had that in a steakhouse. I was visiting a steakhouse with a friend, right? Because we were hungry. I was like, if I'm in the US, obviously let me try the so I was like, Arkansas. By the way, you probably know this, but you're not allowed to mispronounce Arkansas. You have to pray Arkansas. Me and my parents at first thought it's Arkansas. No, it's Arkansas. Otherwise you get fined. Fucking hilarious. Where was I? Well, first off, I need to find this deck 5 card. I've been rambling too much. What was I just talking about? I know I have to go down here eventually, but how do I get down there again? Garden. No. Yeah, deck 5 crew access. Um. Oh yeah, there's the clam chowder. So I was Kansas. Oh yeah, Kansas. Yeah. See, the reason I know a lot of northern American states is because I played a game called Railroad Pioneer, which is like a game made by Germans, funnily enough, where you are like in the 1900s and you're building like train tracks and everything, and like have trains and make them go left and right and everything, like make money delivering goods and that stuff. Yeah, I know, typical Germany. German fun, yeah. We enjoy our game by making the money, yeah. I want to talk about Arkansas again. I'm gonna get distracted so fucking often. Arkansas, what did I want to talk about? Does this have a code? No, it doesn't. I'm really forgetful. Did I want to talk about food? Clam chowder! Yes, yes, we went to a steakhouse. I swear I have dementia at 26. So, I went to go to a steakhouse. And we were ordering stuff. Because if I'm in America, let me try the steaks. And... whatever you want. That's up to you, but just know wait, what is this? A grenade launcher? Oh, that one looks different! Oh, oh, okay, that is cool. Steakhouse, yes, steakhouse. So, now, the way it works here in Germany, when you order something, right? You go to a restaurant, you get the menu, you tell them, hey, I want kurva. No, I don't want that. I want, like, XYZ. What the? Oh, I just missed it. Shut up, Shodan. So the way it works is you get a menu, you tell them I want this, you tell them what you want to drink, they go, they come back, you tell what you want, and done. That is the same in the US. Sort of. So, I tell them I want to try the clam chowder, and I actually wanted a steak. And I think I also had a burger. I got a bit of fat on me, you know. The homie loves food, you know, gotta eat some food. And we order, me and a friend, and they put down a loaf of bread with butter and just leave it there, and I'm like, huh? But, like, I told them, like, I was thinking, I didn't order bread. Why did I get a loaf of bread? And then I look at my friend who already knows what to do. I ask her, do we need to pay for this?
This is me, transmitting cybernetic modules.
Hold on. So I ask her, like, do we need to pay for this? Like, really confused. Like, did I order something? And didn't I read, like, the fine print or something? And no, they just give a complimentary loaf of bread with butter. And then you just make buttered bread. I was like, cool. Thanks. Could have told me in advance, but thanks. I went in a circle. But the bread was mediocre. I mean, now that comes from a German. And of course the German is like hurdy-hurdy-hur bread. Not that I'm very, like, too much about, like elitist about bread, because to talk shit about Germans, they don't know how to make bread. German bread is... they just have a lot of variety, not a lot of good tastes. And... ow. Oh, I have enough to get the rifle. Nice. And... But it was good bread. And then I had the clam chowder.
This is
That one was
Xerxes.
very tasty.
Remember,
I really
replicator
liked
restrictions
the
are in
clam
place for the
chowder.
good of all of us.
Shut up,
All
Xerxes. I'm trying to
unauthorized
talk.
database
You
interactions will be
dickweed.
dealt
Shut up. Yeah, the clam chowder was very good. I love the clam chowder. Very tasty. Arguably better than the burger and the steak I had afterwards. And a thing that really surprised me, for Hungarian for the first time was around it because I sing from former kurva. I am of Hungarian descent. My parents came, immigrated to Germany from the Hungarian-Romanian border from the Romanian side, and they emigrated to Germany, and yeah, that is why I also speak a bit of Hungarian. Én tudok magyarul beszélni, ez nem a probléma, csak hát, a legjobb érted. Yeah, okay, you didn't really understand, but what I just said was that is why I can speak a bit of Hungarian. That isn't really the problem. I mean, it's not the best though, because I mainly speak German, you know. Yay. Okay, now I can unload this in a bit and pick up that stuff. But the thing that surprised me the most, actually, or rather surprised me the most, it makes sense in hindsight thinking about it, but as a German it was definitely something I didn't know. Because when I ordered the burger, they had already, like the server had already assumed I am not from the US. And they were like, hey, so just so you know, we're gonna prepare this burger medium rare. And I was like, preparing a burger medium rare? Because the way it is in Germany, everything you get is well done, unless you specifically go to a steakhouse and tell them, hey, make it medium rare. So, to me, it was the most normal thing to expect a well done burger. Not even in like a sense of like, oh, like not even a derogatory way, just like, oh damn, like, okay, I didn't know that. Cool, interesting. Oh yeah, power train, yes. But then they asked me like, do you want it medium rare? And I was like, you know what, sure, hit me. I'm here to experiment. I love experimentation. Hit me. And it was very tasty. I actually kind of liked it. Just because my parents really like it that way doesn't mean I do. I personally prefer my steak to be medium rare. Yeah. But yeah, I am of, as I just said, Hungarian descent. Technically Romanian descent because my parents are from the Romanian side, but I speak Hungarian because my parents have raised me to speak Hungarian. That is why I don't speak. That is why That is why I speak mainly German, but also a bit of Hungarian, though it isn't the best. My vocabulary definitely needs some work, and I make a lot of grammatical errors. Oh yeah, we're here. Yeah, okay. And yeah, then when I was over in the US, I was making a kick-ass bolognese sauce. And that was actually my first time trying San Marzano tomatoes. Now, you might be thinking, oh yeah, you might be thinking, oh, San Marzano tomatoes are normal here, like a normal thing. Maybe, depending on where you are. I don't want to generalize too much, but I'm assuming that it is fairly common in the US. Not here in Germany. Not at all. Only roughly since the beginning of last year have the German discounters and supermarkets started offering San Marzano tomatoes as well. And if in case you don't know, San Marzano tomatoes are really good for tomato sauces. And oh, yeah, I fucking loved it. I really fucking loved working with San Marzano tomatoes. Wait, hold on. I need to see this. Holy shit, there's an animation for this. I want to see the reload animation. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, you can very easily impress me. Okay, that's the first upgrade, and then let me upgrade it again. Modify skill 4 required. The family history, I mean, not necessarily really, mainly just, yeah, emigration after the Ceausescu regime fell. But dad just decided to emigrate, mom followed up soon. Yeah, it's simple story really, just emigrate. Oh, this is so cool. Never! Yeah, I tend to ramble a lot. Fuck off. I want my money. Give me my money. Put this here, I need this to be sorted. There we go. Alright, I wanted to show something off on stream. A little teaser for everybody watching. I actually need to download it. Hold on 1 second. I hope Kwa doesn't mind I share this, but at the same time, she has been making me wait. Lamau. So there has been a slight update to the VTuber we're having. I mean, you can technically see it on the server, but there is an update. Hold on, one second. One second. This is a really big file. Oh, this is a really big file. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Okay. So this is gonna be Vivian, the VTuber. I don't really have too much backstory other than... This thing about Vivian is, you can see the little like Lysandra PNG tuber thing I have on the top right. I've been wanting to change that for a long while with my own rigging and everything. And I decided to essentially mix together Lysandra, Mirror Maiden and Yelan into one thing. And this is, well, Vivian here. She's gonna be the VTuber model of mine whenever it's gonna be done. Whenever that will be. When it will be, who the fuck knows. I'm very patient. Like, I don't mind waiting for a commission or something.
Access compromised. Security access compromised.
I have at points waited years for some commissions. I really don't mind waiting for a commission. Cause see, to me, art is like cooking. Stuff needs time, you know? They blend together well. I mean, so far it's just a rough model. It used to be... Oh, hello. It used to actually be colored as well, but then today Kwa, the artist, told me she wants to redraw it, which I was like, okay, sure, I don't mind. If it stays faithful, go ahead and redraw it, and it did stay faithful. Obviously, I suggested a few changes that she didn't make at first, but hey, that's communication. And yeah, real good. And that is gonna be Vivian. I'm gonna, yeah, have to rig it myself, and I will actually also have to get a... we'll have to get a proper camera as well, because, see, one thing about me is that I never want to ever show my face on the internet. I mean, ever. It will happen eventually, but I don't want to have my face on the internet, and that is why, like, a camera was never one of my main concerns. I come from a generation, I talked about this, I think, the last time on stream as well. You will hear a lot of, like, rambling about ye olden times with me, where, like showing your face on the internet was like the highest honor you could bestow someone, right? Athletic access, finally.
You are a remarkable example of a pathetic species.
I love you too,
I'm
Shodan.
uploading some more cybernetic modules.
Love you too, Shodi. Shodi. I tend to ramble a lot and go off track, so if there's anything you want to ask me, please ask away. I will answer as soon as I can, because otherwise I will just continue rambling. This is the best way to go. Part of the reason for YouTube is like people having their privacy. Yeah, and as I said, I come from an older generation where privacy was muy importante. I mean, if somebody wants to show their face on stream, by all means go ahead, because at the end of the day, the spice of streaming is individuality. And if somebody wants to show their face and stream that way, who am I to tell them not to, you know? Like, let people do their thing, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Hello. Worms. Worms. What was I about again? Hello. Hello. Oh yeah, one thing I was thinking of asking Neo if I could steal was I really liked the Polish mode, Redemption. I actually really thought, yeah, that is such a cool goddamn idea. I want to have that for myself. But I don't want to just, you know, take it and just, you know, I actually really want to, like, do that as well, but not with Polish, because I don't speak Polish. I was thinking of two ways, or like two variations. The first one is German mode, and the other one was Bavarian mode. Because see, I come from Bavaria, and if you think of Germany, like the stereotypical Germany, you're thinking of Bavaria. You know, the beer drinkers, like, and they do it up, man. Oh, okay. See, one thing I respect a ton is if somebody else had an idea. Like, I respect if somebody is like, hey, I came up with this or something, or like, hey, this was my idea at first, and I want to be like, hey, yeah, that's cool. I was thinking, like, okay, let me build up the story for this first. So, years ago, I had a guest over, or rather my parents had a guest over. I need Tellurium. We had a guest over. And this guest... Wait, this was TE, right? I'll need TC. We had a guest over. And this guest had an energy drink. I want to, I for some reason I forgot that was their energy drink, and I had a big old sip out of it, right? And then my parents straight after tell me, hey, this is her energy drink. And I was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do this, I'm so sorry, I thought it was mine, because I also had an energy drink open, but it was on the other side. And ever since then, I've been extremely vigilant when it comes to other people's ideas. Because the last thing I want is to have a drama of like, but it was my idea. Not that I'm assuming that Neo would be like this, but I'm just, you know, just... If you haven't noticed, exaggeration in a mild way is my type of childish humor. Childish humor, not my childish humor, my way to do things. Again, not in a derogatory way, I never mean things like in a disrespectful way. And this is why, but yeah, I was thinking, like, if I should ask them, and even if they're like, hey, but this isn't a me thing, I still want to respect the thing of, I saw it from you, I liked it so much that I want to do it myself. With extra good grace. Yeah, that is what I was thinking, but I would still first ask because, yeah, I want to respect people. It's like I respect artists a fuck ton, and when I mean a fuck ton, I mean a fuck ton. I wanted to draw in the past, never really hit off, never really became more than amateur stuff. And the one thing you always do with artists whenever possible is to credit them. Like, hey, I found this really cool image of, like, I don't know, Lissandra in my case. This is the artist. Here's the link to follow them and stuff, right? And if somebody else came up with, like, in this case, I saw it from Neo, like, Polish mode, I'm thinking, okay, that sounds really fun. I like this. I want to do this myself. And then I want to be like, so in this case, I copied the idea, the equivalent to image, and I still want to credit, like, hey, I saw them do it first, from my point of view. A shout out to them.
You are a remarkable example of a pathetic species. I'm uploading some more cybernetic modules.
Yes. But yeah, as I was trying to say, the things I wanted to do were German mode, where I speak Deutsch for ein paar Minuten. But then, cool. Then I was thinking Bavarian mode. Now, Bavarian mode would be, as I said, I'm from Bavaria, or I live in Bavaria, the part where there's like typical Germany. Like, if you think of Germany, you're probably thinking, like, the stereotypical Germany, you're thinking Bavaria. And I was thinking of doing that. And what does Bavarian sound like? Let me do Bavarian, like, English. Like, Bavarian, English with a Bavarian accent. So in the end, I would a bit be talking a bit like this. Because, you know, it's part of the thing, you know. Actually, that's more Saxonian, but I would, I would be talking a bit like this. I mean, it's nothing complicated, really, for me. I mean, whatever the fuck, you know. And then in the end, I would be speaking Bavarian with a Bavarian accent, like, it's gehen wir's mal here, wegen here. Isn't the correction? Oh no, this wasn't meant to be me correcting you. No. I'm sorry if it seemed that way. I was just trying to be like, hey, so you know this. It's actually like Bavaria. It wasn't meant to be me correcting you. I'm sorry, or I'm just overanalyzing what you're saying. I tend to do that a lot. And I mean, ich würde zwar Zeit lang erstmal so nehmen, ne? Denn es wird sich dann immer so weitermachen, bis irgendwann einmal es einfach zu viel ist, weißt? Und dann am Ende, ne, redet sich halt einfach einmal so für 3 Minuten so. Aber mich versteht man in keiner. And this was Bavarian German, well, a bit exaggerated, and now proper German. Ich meine, wenn ich jetzt so weiterreden würde, ganz normal, dann würde mich ja jeder komplett normal verstehen. Das ist ja überhaupt kein Problem. Kann ja ganz normal reden. Wo dann, naja, weißt, redet sich halt ein wenig, wie man es hier unten halt einmal nehmen, hier unten in Franken, ne? Ist halt ein wenig Akzent, ne? You probably didn't understand a single thing. 4610. No, that can't be it. The 6 was at the end. So 14106. There we go. Basketball court power offline. Oh yeah, right. Forgot about that. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I'll still approach them. I tried to reach out to them today. Like Neo, they weren't online, so couldn't really reach out. Like, I can't reach out to something to someone who isn't there. I don't want to necessarily bother them with it, like, oh, no, ten Deutsch words I can rather be negotiable with sentences. Nah, that's part of fun. Which words can you recognize? Hallo, ich bin eine Berliner, ja, hallo. Ich spreche ein kleines bisschen Deutsch, ne? Well, but don't worry, you're not missing out not being able to speak German. Trust me, German is not that impressive. I don't understand why people are fascinated about Germany. Trust me, Germany is not that impressive. It's really not. But then again, obviously somebody would be saying, oh, there's nothing special about the thing they're familiar with. You know? Like, I'm familiar with Germany, so of course I would be like, oh yeah, nothing special, Lamau. Put this here because I want this to be ordered. Pick up the boy. And yeah, but what I do want to do at one point is actually visit Poland and other countries. Mostly because of the food. I love food. Food is good. Food connects people. Food is, well, tasty. Duh. And yeah, food's just nice. I love food. I love food.
Research complete.
Okay, we have the worm gun. We can throw this away, then we can research this. I'll need more. But to be a bit of a, but yeah, I want to travel, ideally a lot of places. I want to travel Japan at one point. Juan Enrique Cortes communications off.
This is Xerxes.
The Von Braun
Primary
has
data
been
loop
hijacked.
compromised. Primary data loop compromised.
Hold on.
The transmission has been tampered with. No matter. We will destroy my creations right here. Stand by.
Warning. Data systems
I can't say things. Pierogi with kielbasa. Oh,
Weakened Xerxes. I am accessing the primary
Hold on.
data loop.
I got some. I guess I can something that I want to talk about that.
My glory is expanding, filling the arteries of this vessel. I am in control.
I am Shodan.
No. It is hopeless. The cancer has spread throughout the Von Braun.
Shodi, I love you, but can I talk?
Available crack.
And crevice. They overwhelm.
There is no option. I have activated the primary elevator shaft.
Cool.
Take it to deck 6.
Cool.
I will tell you my wishes when you arrive.
Can I talk? Okay. Regarding kielbasa, if you ever get your hands on proper Hungarian kolbász, so Kolbász, I highly recommend using that. I mean, obviously, but like cutting it into slices, or like as you would make it with a pierogi. They do differ enough from at least a few Polish kielbasa I have had. Now, granted, I haven't had many, but I've had a few. And they tend to be more smoked. Again, I might have just tried bad ones. I'm not going to deny it. But if you ever get your hands on a Hungarian kolbász, hold on, now you're making me Google kolbász. Oh, I love kolbász, man. Oh, kolbász. No, not kolbázi. Kolbász. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, DK. Oh, kurva édes anyád. Oj. Hold on, let me show you some Hungarian gold. Look at this. Oh, this is the good stuff. Oh, a Hungarian smoked paprika sausage like this. A Hungarian kolbász. Oh, orgasmo. Kurva, those are beautiful. They're very beautiful. They're not only very beautiful, they are jam-packed with flavor. Don't get me started on cooking, because I will not stop talking about cooking. That being said, I kind of wish Neil was here so I could show her the Easter egg. Alas, I'm gonna do the Easter egg. So what was that? A. Bananas. Join us?
Things are going according to plan. We've managed to turn the men against Shodan, and you've been stupid enough to stick your neck out for that overbearing Uber computer. Why not join us while you've been stockpiling ammo, med hypos, and high-tech gadgets? We've collected every last piece of nuts, bananas, and coconuts on board. Just say the word, and you can plenty to eat, an attractive house companion, and a tire swing of your own. In the end, isn't that what really matters?
Yeah, that's the Easter egg. Literally just this. So is it just a monkey, one of the psychic monkeys, sending you an email like, join us? It's very silly. Open, please. Fuck you. Okay, I have 66, I have what I want in this regard. Let me put, like this. I have 26 points left. I mean, not really a reason to put any points anywhere else. I don't think I'm good. But yeah, when it comes to cooking, I genuinely love cooking. There's also a YouTube channel. I mean, this is it is a sort type of cooking, sort of. You might have heard of the Barbecue Pit Boys. I love the Barbecue Pit Boys for their food and just... I love the recipes and just their general love for barbecuing. I've always loved barbecuing myself, and one of the recipes I regularly do, that I was actually known for when I was studying, were the whiskey burgers, which essentially you just make a regular old burger patty. Personal recommendation: salt, pepper, garlic, cayenne pepper, and a lot of paprika powder. If you can get your hands on smoked paprika powder, even better, but be wary that it is quite costly. You mix all that together. I have heard people put in eggs as well so that it sticks together. You could do that as well. I personally don't do it. I tried it, it didn't do anything for me. You then form the patties however you want. Then you poke little holes in them. You take the cheapest whiskey you can find, or any whiskey, but I feel for cooking, it's like with wine, just pick the cheapest stuff. And then just pour over it. I wouldn't say a generous amount, but definitely enough that every hole has a bit of it. You repeat that with each patty and let the patties rest for half an hour to an hour. The longer the better, because you're giving the patties more time to soak up the whiskey. But just be careful of like no flies, doing stuff with the patties. Once you're done with that, if you want to be very sure about the consistency of them, or rather the form after you're done grilling them, put them in the fridge for half an hour. Then, regardless of whether you do that or not, take them out, go to the grill or your barbecue, however you want to word it, and then grill them on personal recommendation, yet again, on indirect heat. So direct heat would be right on top of the fire, indirect would be next to the fire. So you have like your barbecue, and say you have the right half has the coals and everything. The left half you put the patties on the what do you call that? The grill essentially. And you then let it kind of quote-unquote bake in there, because you then close the lid again. You're essentially doing baking, but with a smoky flavor, because if you do indirect grilling, that's technically what it is. You're baking. You can even do smoking if you wanted to. It takes a bit longer and you need a smoker for it, but it enhances the flavor even more, but I digress. You wait until it is done to the consistency you want, so medium, rare, well done, however you want. And then, when you're done, well, you didn't put whatever and then you're done, it's done, bruh. They're really good. I really like that recipe. I've always used Jack Daniels. I've even used Jim Beam once.
My creation has run rampant. I demand their extermination. I have no choice but to destroy this starship.
Oh.
We can make our escape in the Rickenbacker.
In the
But you must transfer
Rickenbacker.
My intelligence to that ship first. Proceed to the Von Braun's bridge on this deck.
Yes.
There you will find an access card to Command Center Ops.
Find the card and proceed.
Actually, Shodan, shut up for a second. I need to get something. Yeah. I tend to go into long rambles and monologues, so is there anything you want to know? I tend to really go into like lots of long rambles. I don't think people mind, but it is one of the things I tend to do a lot of when I'm given the opportunity. And I do love streaming that way. I like it when I can just talk about things, you know. Oh, more. There we go. I needed one more. There you go. Very good for streaming. Ah, thank God. Believe it or not, I used to be extremely shy, and arguably I still am quite shy. I'm just somehow somewhat okay at masking it, right? Because I've only started raiding people, I think 2 weeks ago. Because I was thinking that if I were to raid somebody with only myself, like one viewer raid, it would be like, oh look, I am I want one second.
Treat her servant with such devotion.
Search complete.
Ah, okay, this one doesn't work. I was wondering why they added that. More good stories after better foreign engagement. Yeah. Still, I want to have a dialogue with my chat, you know, like I don't want to just like I want to talk with the viewers about stuff and not just be talking about, oh hey look, funny story, look, I'm like this stream is me. Nah. I care about engagement with the viewers. That is like the most important thing to me, right? I want that the viewer knows that he is valued in my stream, because looking at it from a utilitarian viewpoint, viewers are the ones who are the reason you potentially get money with streaming and feeds your ego. In my case, I just want people to have a good time, and while it can be entertaining to hear somebody ramble a lot, I feel having a dialogue as if it were quote-unquote between friends, I feel that is just, it gives a better feeling of familiarity, of it feels more chill, it feels more like quote-unquote home, and that is why I very much care about yeah, stuff like that.
Please make your selection. Hi there. Please
Replicator
make your
database
selection.
reinitialized.
I only have 60 standard bullets. You know how we fix that?
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap. Hi there. Please make your selection.
144. Now we have money. But yeah, I just
Mother told us of the planet of her birth.
shut the fuck up, Demeni. I want to ramble, despite me saying I don't want to ramble.
We will cleanse the surface of that place and merge it
With the harmony of the many.
I need to repair my rifle. Okay. Don't forget to quick save. Why the fuck is that? Why is there a bottle of fucking champagne? A very strong vodka. Kurva ебани уроды меня, блять. I mean, at the same time, you know, I've been streaming for how many years? 5 years? When the use of this implanted damage, 1 point of every 4 points of damage done is subtracted from psi points instead of hit points. Oh, well, I drink too much alcohol for that. I've been streaming for like 6 years or something, and one of the things I was told at the beginning was fake it till you make it. So I had to essentially always pretend I had an audience, which, I mean, when you're like a super small streamer, you just started, unless you have friends, you're not gonna have a lot of people in your chat. And I have seen streams where the streamer just doesn't really interact with the stream, and I'm just wondering, how do you enjoy streaming? I mean, probably enjoy it. Like, who am I to judge, right? I mean, I asked. Okay, that question was actually a bit rude of me to ask this way, but like, me being able to talk as much as I can about these things is really just me having trained myself to do so. I just like rambling in general. I like talking. I like sharing fun stuff. At the end of the day, just want to have fun in life, you know? Like, I just want to play a game, like single player or a multiplayer game, who knows, and just, you know, have fun. That is why sometimes on my server, I mean, I should be actually doing it more actively again, but that is why on my server...
I've located you, finally.
Shut up, Delacroix. That is why on my server I sometimes want to, sometimes have movie nights, or, what's it called, game nights as well. Now, see, the thing with having a low viewership, or like a low amount of people on the server and stuff, is I can't do these things regularly, right? Like, I would absolutely love to hold like Jackbox nights, like regularly, like, I don't know, once a week or twice a week or something, right? But the thing is, I don't have enough people for that. So it isn't that I don't want to, it's just that still doesn't mean I'm not going to do it just because of that. Hello. Die. Oh, fy fan. You can tell I played this game a few times by just how nonchalantly I'm just like, oh yeah, use this weapon against them, lamau. I could put this weapon into full auto. Fun fact about the hybrids, in case you didn't know, this one was made by Looking Glass Studios, my beloved. When you breathe through a game, I mean, I've beaten this game like 5, 6, 7, 8 times or something. I know where things are, like, I know roughly what to do. He says having wasted like half an hour not knowing where to go, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I've beaten this game a few times, but yeah, what I wanted to say is, you might know that Irrational Games made this game, or Irrational Game. Well, you know, Irrational Games were one of the developers, which is funny because Irrational Games was just a subsection of It was a lot of previous developers of Looking Glass Studios, but I digress. Looking Glass Studios made this game, and they also made cult classics like Thief. Probably heard of Thief. I'm pretty sure Neo, considering she said she streams all the games, she probably has played it before, I'm assuming. But the hybrids have a very suspiciously similar walk cycle to the guards in Thief. That isn't a coincidence. As the saying sort of goes, System Shock walked so Thief could run. And that is because, well, they first made System Shock 2, and then they made Thief. So that is why, or was it the other way around? No, I think it was the other way around. Hold on, am I talking shit? Hold on. Thief the Dark Project release date 1998. System Shock 2 release date. Okay, so I talked massive fucking shit. Please ignore what I just said because it was the other way around. So, okay. Point still sort of stands when you look at the indie metal or heavy on it I'm familiar with. Yeah, then you probably know what I'm saying, like what I'm like sort of rambling about. But yeah, essentially the shotgun hybrids are based off of the regular guards. And yeah, Mandy hasn't uploaded anything in quite a while. I mean, he's very busy. He does work for, I think, Horse Interactive or something. So he's been very busy, and I mean, honestly, good for him. Mandy is a really good dude. He's the reason I wanted to review reviews for a while. Ultimately decided against it because I feel I'm not very good at reviewing things. But I am apparently good enough to write a big ass fucking guide on Mobile Fire with like 500,000 characters. So, you know, I can't be that bad. But yeah, the shotgun hybrids, as I was trying to say, are essentially just the regular hybrid, the regular hybrids, and the regular hybrids are just the guards from Thief. So really, it just come full circle. So Thief ran so System Shock could, Thief walked so System Shock could run, something like that. There we go. That's the way it should be. Collect footage and edit the videos. I was thinking that as well, but this isn't meant to be like, oh my god, look my YouTube channel. But if you look at my oh for fuck's sake, I have a YouTube channel and TikTok channel as well, but really it's mostly YouTube. And honestly, it is very fun. Though to be fair, what I just do is I have my stream. If there is something I feel like would be funny to turn into a bit or something, like say into a short or whatever, I do that. But I mean, technically, okay, yeah, then what am I saying? I am technically not doing the thing you said you wouldn't do. So yeah, this argument just fell very flat. TLDR, Ivan idiot. Sure, put hacking to 5. Plug the other channels on your own stream. Yeah, to be fair, again, I talked about this plenty of times, so again, if it gets boring, my apologies. But my favorite streamer, and to an extent YouTuber, is Vark Skeletor Joel, and I will be upfront about this as somebody who has been and is battling with depression. He is the reason I'm still alive, because I found his stream randomly at one point. Or his stream, one of his videos, which was, well, technically a VOD, his stream. And that was the VOD to Mario Paint, his very first VOD of that. And goodbye. And honestly, I was laughing so hard at that I actually was like, you know, I want to keep experiencing this. I don't want to off myself. Sorry if I'm talking about it like in a nonchalant way of like, oh yeah, I didn't want to off myself. Haha, trust me, it took me a decade to be this chill about this. Well, chill. It is the way I guess cope with it. I'm just like, yeah, you know, it's part of life. And what I was trying to get at by saying this, oh lovely, is that Joel's stream are what my streams and videos and all my humor is based on, and he doesn't really do a lot of like plugging for his stuff, right? The most plugging he does for his like streams and everything is like once in a blue moon he logs back in on Twitter and then just goes, hey look, there's gonna be a charity event, tune in, donate, so we can give as much as we can to charity.
Yes.
And like oftentimes the only times he talks about his YouTube channel is when he apologizes about not streaming a lot because he is working on a video, and his videos are usually extremely highly edited. Like the timings of the jokes are always like they always hit, always, most of the time, and it's just this older type of streaming that, yeah, I'm just encapsulating and wanting to do. I don't like this high octane streaming of nowadays where everything needs to constantly be entertaining, says the guy who just a few months ago was talking shit to himself because he was feeling bad about about constantly like not being entertaining. But I digress. I feel like whenever I say I digress, my brain just shuts off and forgets what I was digressing about. Hello. Oh, there's another egg. But I do want to say, Dora, I very much appreciate that you decided to join in and hang out in the stream. I know I tend to like glaze a lot of people, but trust me, I mean it in the most sincerest way possible, because I mean, I'm very thankful. Viewers make the stream more fun, and if it wasn't for viewers, obviously, wouldn't be as entertaining for me, and probably for others as well. Ivan, we get it. You like streaming and talking with people.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, then give me this weapon. Oh, it's broken. Oh well. Hold on. Oh fuck, I knew. No, not this one. Hold on. Is it this? Ah, fuck, this will do. Why is no music playing? What? Hold on. Hold on, what was that one song called? A rave song used in memes that is about spinning. A rave song that was used in memes. Was it this one? Hey, this doesn't look like it. I feel like this isn't it. We have a lot of chat about mutants being opened up. Why is this song not playing? Ow, 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 my ears. Okay, it wasn't this one. Okay, fuck it, I'll just... Okay, I have another idea. Not race. Hold on, does this fit? Hold on, what else can I throw in here? What else can I throw in here? What else can I think of? Wait. Hold on. I have a really bad fucking bit in mind. What was this bit? What the fuck was this bit, honestly? What the fuck was this bit? What the fuck? What is the boulder thing called? This thing here, that is a swarm pod organ. Shit bit.
Security access compromised.
Shit
Security
bit.
access compromised.
Don't laugh at this bit. Don't laugh at this bit. So this, it is funny that hacking skill 6 required, okay. It is funny that I just talked about Joel, because this is the kind of stuff that Joel does as well. Like bits like these, right? Like, how can I make a thing and just make it funny? In that regard, I know I'm plugging my stuff again, but you can see that with the way I make my shorts and my videos, where I take, like, say my newest one, my newest short, right? I took the a sequence from Deltarune, and then what I did was I would
Your skill surprises me. Transmitting cybernetic modules.
and then what I would do is, like, I took a segment from Deltarune, and then I would add like the Mario slide music to it, because I feel like it would fit, because it's funny, you know. I'm sliding in that segment, and then, you know, I'm flying around, and I'm not flying or sliding around, and I feel that would make for a good bit. Right, you've probably linked this. I think I already know what I'm gonna do with these segments. Thanks for clipping that. That's awesome. That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. Thank you very much. I'm gonna put that onto YouTube. It's gonna be good. Oh man. Oh wait, I have to go down because I've already cleared this entire section here. Oh wait, how much space do I have? Hold on, there is a thing I have to do. For folks, oh that man, you're a homie then. You're one of the good guys. Fy fan. Okay, so I haven't been up here then. Wasn't I just here? Like before? Oh no, I know where I was. Hold on, and before I continue this segment, let me do the thing I wanted to do. Now, but it is greatly appreciated, man. Like, you're a godsend. I'm not used to this. As dumb as it may sound, I'm not used to this. And I mean, it's not bringing a tear to my eye. Back in my day. Nah, it's just, you know, I'm a small streamer, like a very small streamer, and, you know, have I picked up everything? I have, yes. Just keep putting over my ignorant Burgerlander question. See, you mean this as a joke, and the joking response I'm gonna give you is... The joking response I'm giving you is, yeah, okay, Mr. Burgerlander, I will answer your questions, but on a more serious note, I myself was a maths teacher, a tutor for 3 years, right? Like, I taught maths from 5th grade to 10th grade, at least German 5th to 10th grade. Oh yeah, I have to go up. And really, I feel like there aren't really that many ignorant or stupid questions, just misunderstood things. Like, you probably know fractions in mathematics, right? The big final boss of a lot of people. I used to despise them myself. What do I say nowadays? Nowadays I say fractions are the shit. Because I remember one of my maths teachers at one point telling me, or rather the class and, well, by extension me, that fractions are the nicest thing in maths, because if you can put a number into fractions, then you don't have to...
Please make your selection.
You don't have to worry about things like rounding and comma and whatever
Please
the
make your
fuck, right?
selection. Hi there. Please make your
Replicator database
selection.
reinitialized.
I have a ton of shells, Jesus. And yeah, I used to hate fractions. And obviously, a lot of people hate fractions as well, because, well, what was the reason, at least here in Germany, the teachers were forced by the streaming plan, I was about to say, the teaching plan to essentially go very quickly over a topic that is extremely fundamental, actually. Like, we can all agree that fractions are, yeah, fundamental. I can't word it any nicer than that. They are fundamental. Am I going to go back just to fill up that one? Am I going to go back to fill up the elevator just to have my hole bigger, despite me not needing to ever go back there again? Trick question for the funnies, I always do it. And yeah, I feel like they aren't really... What I was trying to get at with this, I drifted off yet again, as per usual. I feel like they aren't really stupid questions, just misunderstood things. Now, clarification. Just to be very brief about this, very short. This doesn't apply to bullshit like racism and all that, so... You know... Just bringing this up and stopping the conversation right in its tracks about this. Oh boy, Jesus. But yeah, I know, like, difficult questions and ignorant, and honestly, now that I think about it, I don't know what this had to do with ignorant questions. I suppose I just wanted to say I don't think they were, like, stupid questions. Just often, like, yeah, misunderstood things, like, oh, I didn't understand this thing. Like, if, say, there's like a child, a 10-year-old child who somehow never heard of Germany, is it then ignorant? I wouldn't say so. I feel like I drifted off beyond the actual scope of the question, the statement, and went for something completely unrelated. My apology. Know that I mean well. Know that I mean well. Yeah, can you fix my idiocy? No. Keep dropping all this stuff here. Right, is there anything else I'll need? Because I think after this I am not returning here. Oh boy. I mean, I can always return, actually. Never take me too seriously. Wait, was that golf? Oi, 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 oi. No. No, I want to play golf. Tic-tac, try up. Lamau. Nah, but what I was trying to say is, you know, the short form of what I was trying to say is, don't worry, we're good. I don't mind your ignorant questions. I needed 15 minutes to answer that. I want you to know I have a Bachelor of Science. I am very smart. Except I'm not. You can tell I'm having fun. Do I have any drinks around? I don't. It's 1:18 AM, 1:16 AM in the morning. I think I'll stream for like another 15 to 20 minutes and then I'll head to bed. It's getting quite late. Oh yeah, don't be surprised if the clip you made doesn't survive. Scold you to bed. Oh, don't worry, you couldn't scold me to bed. You couldn't. You could try, but I'll go to sleep when I go to sleep, trust me. I'm irresponsible like that. But I do appreciate the concern. And I get cyber modules for existing.
You've served me well. Transmitting cybernetic modules.
Thank you, Shodan, baby. I need anti-armor here. Yep, because of that cyber. We're not switching to anti-personnel. We will need this after this segment. Oh, by the way, Dory, can you tell me how far Neo got? No, it isn't me wanting to remove the clip. No, I would never remove the clip. It is more that I used a technically copyrighted song. The reason I know this is because I uploaded the last VOD onto YouTube. Ow. And YouTube told me, hey, the song is copyrighted, so... And I had this before where I had a clip in which I used Pitbull's Fireball. And it perfectly aligned with the timing in that stream. And at one point I was wondering, where did that clip go? And my only assumption is the clip got yeeted because of the music I used. So I don't want to delete these clips. I don't see a reason to ever delete a clip. Unless it is like a really useless one. I had to delete a few of those, and those were useless in the sense of there was nothing happening there, and I don't know what like clipped there. But I wouldn't remove the clips. I got nothing to hide. Well, and besides, what would it look like as like the guy who made the clip? Like, oh, I made a clip, it made the streamer laugh. Why did you delete it? This isn't fun for anybody, unless of course the streamer. Actually, no. In what case would? What way would it be alright? I mean, I suppose if somebody took the clip heavily out of context and it sounded like the streamer said a slur, but you get it. Hopefully, or you don't. I don't know. Cycle this. Small things, yeah. I play League. People get way too emotional.
Your skill surprises me.
Thank you.
Transmitting cybernetic modules.
Mask in debugger data block. I play League. I know what it's like when somebody just takes a thing way too seriously. I don't know, when I play League I just want to have fun, but people get so angry and emotional that at points I'm really wondering, do you even enjoy the game anymore? There was this one streamer I used to be part of the his community of, but then got bullied out of the community, where the guy constantly forced himself to stream League because it was his job, but then at one point they just... Yeah, you could tell they didn't want to play League at the time, but they forced themselves to play, and it... Listen, viewers ain't stupid. They will notice, especially like for small streamers, if they just aren't enjoying themselves. Streamers are still people at the end of the day. And that guy just didn't enjoy streaming and League because like he just didn't want to play League at the time because he forced himself into a niche of I have to play League. And I understand, you know, like League is what got them famous, so obviously they want to continue doing what they got famous for, but you could really tell they wanted to do something else, but couldn't because, well, they had their niche with League, and League viewers tend to not necessarily want to switch, which I personally feel is the wrong way to go about it, but and yeah, I technically don't know what happened to them after, because I remember I got bullied out of the community for reasons that I personally don't want to get too much into, because it could stir up drama that I quite frankly don't want. That's why I'm also not mentioning the streamer's name. If the streamer knows who I'm talking about, know that I respect you. I still respect you even if you for some reason don't like me as much anymore. I still respect you, you're still one of the good ones, but something I meant to say about Switzerland gaming. What sends me is where gaming culture of the last decade is that some... Hold on, let me get this bigger because my second monitor is a bit small in this regard. There's something I meant to say about Switzerland gaming. What sends me with where gaming culture in the last decade is that some people place too much value on their skill videos as a pastime. Yes, I actually have a very good streamer in that regard. It is another League streamer. I play League, I know, shocking. But I'm talking about Tobias Fate, not the guy before, the guy I mean like now, the one that improved themselves. On the and that guy used to be like challenger, like he reached challenger a few times, like best of the best in terms of like the game, right? And he has been doing a supportathon, which is just a sub marathon, and it hasn't stopped ever since he did it. I think last September. People have been very generous to him, and for a good reason. You could really see that before he was taking League extremely seriously. Well, extremely seriously. He took it seriously, but not like... He took it seriously. He definitely got heated about the game. And then at one point you could really see that he changed his mind. Because well, I have to get to engineering, meaning I have to go this way, yes. Yeah, he changed his views on the entire thing. So essentially he went from I care about skill and everything to at the end of the day it's just a game. And that is how I treat League as well when I play ranked. Obviously I'm still trying to win, but I'm here to have a fun time. And I have a fun time by, in my case, playing Lysandra. Playing her my way. Like, there is no reason to ever get angry at the game because the people that add you to flame, they usually... Like, flaming doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you, because the frustration doesn't really leave your body. It doesn't help the other person to play better, because... Well, they're just gonna feel offended. In the best case, they don't even see what you're typing. In the worst case, you two are having a massive fight in chat and both of you get banned. What's the point? And at the end of the day, do you really enjoy when you flame? When you're angry at the game? Part of the game is to have frustration. It is a competitive game, for Christ's sake. And even hold on, I remember there being a single player game that I played recently. Actually, this incident wasn't recent, it was a few years ago, but it still supports my point. There was this one guy in my chat that joined me for my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous streams. And I had Lysandra in my team, but Lysandra was an ice mage. I was role-playing as in her being full on ice, so if the spell had ice, she would have it. She wouldn't have anything else. I mean, if there was a hex or something that I needed, I would obviously put that on, but the entire theme was ice. It wasn't meant to be efficient, it was just ice. How can I make it the most ice themed? Because Lysandra is an ice mage. Duh. And I had this guy in my chat who joined me for my streams, and first he was very nice, and then I got to a side quest where the boss of that side quest was very difficult. Very difficult in the sense of they had a lot of buffs and applied a lot of debuffs, which with a witch, like in Pathfinder, a witch, the class, if you had a few skills, you could remove those buffs, and thus the fight would become manageable instead of an RNG fest. And I mean, what did I do? I essentially kept bashing my head against the wall, loading the fight whenever I would lose, and just consistently tried to see if I could make the fight work somehow. Eventually I did. In the middle of the fight, this very nice person suddenly started lashing out at me, like, oh my god, what are you doing with your witch? Oh my god, use this spell. Oh my god, use that spell. And I told him, whoa, 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 homie, calm down. I have told plenty of times, I'm just here to like have a fun time. I know I'm not being efficient about my build. Yes, but are you having fun? Not winning against this enemy? Are you having fun with what you're doing? And I told them, yes, I'm enjoying this. I don't mind doing this. I am stubborn like this. I don't mind doing this. I don't want to min-max a game. I want to have fun my way, and my way doesn't hurt anybody. And they couldn't fathom that. And then they kept going, and then at the end I told them, okay, you know what? I've given you like several indirect warnings about how I don't like your attitude and how you don't need to backseat me. I think even one of my rules is no backseating. Goodbye. And I straight up banned them. Straight up. I hate it with the thing that you were like sort of saying here. Wait, I'm wrong. I shouldn't be here. Or should I be here? I think I should be here. No, oh no. The chat culture, and a lot of people don't respect it. Yeah, I don't have to be here yet, I have to be somewhere else. I think I have to be at level 4 right now. Yeah, I have to go to level 4. Ops override. I find a code, go down here. Never decide some places, Lucas, stop chatting, simple as. That must mean you like the way I'm playing, huh? Go to the command center on the operations stack. Yep. I skipped the step. I skipped a massive step. Easy. Thankfully. You must be a very patient person then. Rage techno. Oh fuck. No, you see, that was just a shortcut to get to the elevator. Definitely. Wait, operation stack? Yes, operation stack. Yes, and I'll remember where I have to be when I continue walking. Honestly, the thing with me is I'm actually quite picky with who I watch. Like, I have a handful of streamers that I watch actively. I mean, one of my friends, people I get along with. Shut up. Yes. I'm forgetting the system shocks. Oh yeah, I think this was one of my first actual legitimate deaths of falling. I usually don't die to falling, but oh no, I don't. Wait, this isn't the X Factor. What? Wait, wasn't it X Factor? X Factor, das Unfassbare. What are these bits, man? What are these bits? Extremely simple bits. These shouldn't be funny. But I like them, so I don't care. Goodbye. I just want to say, if you're expecting sophisticated humor with me, you're at the wrong address. You're getting childish humor. You're getting simple humor. That reminds me, there's this German caricaturist, or however you meant to pronounce that. He makes comics and caricatures. That actually looked down at people that found, what's it called? That found puns to be funny, because puns to them were the lowest form of humor. Like in a derogatory way of like, oh, you shouldn't be laughing at puns, and I'm like, what? What's so wrong about puns? I was looking at chat because I saw an emoji of yours. I wanted to read that, and then all of a sudden the cyborg midwife is in my face. Fucking cyborg midwife with jump scare. I watch YouTube poops based. YouTube poops are some of the funniest shit ever. I wonder what's for dinner. I wonder what's for dinner. 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 Hold on, I just... One of my favorite memes from that is...
Oops, you have to put the CD up your ass.
I heard this so often in YouTube poops.
I can now transfer my magnificence to the Rickenbacker. Proceed to the engine core on the engineering deck. There you can set the core
94834.
control by entering the authorized destruct code 94834. Once you have done that, we may proceed to the Rickenbacker. Separate the two ships and exterminate this infestation.
Damn, the game finally throwing enemies my way. Finally, somewhat of a challenge. I don't know if Neo knows this, but System Shock has what I like to call additive vector movement, which essentially just means that, okay, so do you know how vectors work, like vector adding is? So you have the coordinates, and if you add the vectors, you add each coordinate. So what you then have, if you have, say, like a y, like a pure y, actually hold on, let me show that with paint. I feel like we're showing it off with paint would be the best way to explain this. Hold on, I need window. Need a window. Here we go. So paint here, right? So if we have a regular ass yeah, paint always helps. Yeah. So you have like a regular ass coordinate system. You have the x-axis and the y-axis, right? So let us assume a pure y coordinate, and y like x vector here, and then another one here as the y coordinate. So the way you would add vectors in this case, I'm going to use a blue here, is you want to add these two vectors. What you then do is first you go this far to the right and then this far up, right? This far up. So you have this high and this wide. So what the vector then would be is this. You would have a vector that is diagonal and has essentially the x and the y-axis coordinate. So if this was like say the red one had like 2, 0, and the green one would have 0, 1. Blue, having added these, would be 2, 1, because 2 comes from here and the 1 comes from here. Now why the fuck am I explaining how to add vectors? You see, let me explain movement in System Shock. I am walking forwards of a velocity of x. Say, just to use numbers, 5. Now if I walk sideways, I have a certain speed of like 3 or something. Now watch if I walk like this. I walk with a speed of 5. But if I do this, notice how I'm faster. I call it additive vector movement because you are faster going diagonally by pressing W and D or W and A. That is why I called it, yeah, additive vector movement. Probably not a very good way to word it, but you know. That is why I call it additive vector movement. Overkill to use pellets for that, but oh well. Going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes. I have very weird ways of explaining things. But yeah, that is what I mean. Like, that is a small fun fact. I don't know if Neo knows that. And if she does, cool. And if she doesn't, oh well. I'm sure she can enjoy the game just as much without this. Woodsmithing. I'm pretty sure there is like. I am very sure there's a term for that. I am very sure. But yeah, additive vector movement. Oh, for fuck's... There's a term, there very likely is a term for that. I'm willing to bet my ass on that. What did Shodan say what the code was? 94834.
I can now transfer my magnificence to the Rickenbacker. I can now destroy this infestation at my will. The many quake at my power.
Oh, my ass hurts. Ow.
You are an effective drone, human. Now, return to the command deck. Locate the umbilical. And evacuate to the Rickenbacker.
In Rickenbacker. I think this is where I want to go. It doesn't really matter where I go. No. I know. I also don't like you, but you don't hear me complain. Five. And another fun fact is, if you have enough points put into agility, if you move too quickly, you can take damage because you ran into the wall. Okay, how much ammo do I have? Actually, a fairly concerning amount.
Beware, infect.
The situation has changed.
Has it?
They sense our intentions and are loading shuttles with their offspring. They will not escape. escape my
Choosing value wrap.
to the shuttle bays on this deck.
There.
And
Please
destroy
make your
those
selection.
shuttles.
What was Shodan saying? I was buying too many things.
Your blood.
Oh, they like my blood. At least somebody wants me. Hello. I used to be scared of these guys, but nowadays I'm just like... Is the face still there? Oh, they still have the face on the beak. Yes! I love this guy. The wall pussies! Not the wall pussies! Actually, a ways to use that against them. And the recoil on this thing. Oof. I have to say, if it was for if it wasn't for Neo, I wouldn't have known that there's an autosave feature in System Shock. I legit didn't know. Like, what I would usually do, because I'm used to this from the original, is save menu, save, save, save. Well, apparently there's a quick save. I am very smart. Whee! Grenades. Or what I see, money. I'm doing it for the money. Hey people. You said you know Mandy, do you also know Seth? Hey people, Seth here. Today we're gonna be looking at the game by French developers Ubisoft. Oh no, ammunition. Hey people. I actually have a Seth reference at the end of my Lysandra guide on Fire. Like at the very end I thank everybody who helped me with my guide. And just say, I'm a Seth viewer too, hey. As I was trying to say at the end of my guide, hold on, let me actually grab my guide here real quick. Need to open my guide here real quick. Oh wow, it loaded quickly. And it got another upvote! Hell yeah, that always makes me happy. At the very end of the guide, and as I said, I'm thanking all the people who helped me make the guide. And then I had this segment here.
You're all truly wonderful. Take care and have a good one.
With all from Scorpion people are familiar. You get the Seth video. That is a good entry. I'm thankful to have known. I know. Dwarf Fortress because of Joel. Like the streamer I mentioned earlier.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Oh no, they destroyed
My
it.
creation, once again, is one step
Hi there.
ahead of you.
Please make
No, just to make sure. I know Dwarf Fortress, and the way I play Dwarf Fortress is good old ASCII. Original ASCII. No fancy mods, no nothing. I played the game vanilla. Completely vanilla ASCII. Pardon me, I did find a drink near me. But yeah, I played the game full on ASCII.
They've managed to destroy the shuttle's shield control computer.
Computer, but their brilliance is a just shadow of my own. You will locate a replicator in the shuttle control area.
Please make your selection.
I've uploaded the nano formula for a sympathetic resonator.
Please make your selection.
To
My ears.
the device for you. Once you have it, attach it to the shield generator in the shuttle bay. The device will create a chronic resonation wave that will quickly rupture the shuttle's fuel tank and destroy it. Make sure you're not there when it happens. I still have need of you.
Good. You've murdered their young. Prevented their escape.
I've opened the gate to
the umbilical at the central tram stop.
You can evacuate to the Rickenbacker from there.
You're mentioning that you didn't have the strength to deal with the UI. Well, you see, I'm a stubborn person. I brute forced my way to liking the UI. There's a term for that. Stockholm Syndrome.
Do not presume to go in there, insect.
Well, unlucky.
To the umbilical immediately. I will not abide disobedience.
Well, unlucky. Stop me, mommy. Terrible condition. Fucking egg. What are you gonna do now, Shodan, mommy? Will you take away my precious cybernetic modules that I already don't need anymore? Oh, poor Shodan is gonna take away my cybernetic modules. Oh no, what will I do? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I got hit by leak toxicity. Disobey orders.
You enjoyed our little rebellion, irritant. But remember what Shodan gives.
She is more than able to take away.
No, don't take away my cybercock. Oh, this is the fun part. This is the fun part. Yes.
She cannot imagine our infinite course.
I was thinking there would be more. I need to repair. Turn this into additional nanites because we only have 246. Maybe I bought too much ammo. Is this still full auto? It is. Okay, now I need to go here. The thing is, I don't mind Shodan constantly talking, but the thing is, I'm streaming and talking with someone, and while Shodan is speaking, she stops my train of thought, and my train of thought is already very easily broken. I could very easily just go here, but...
Our
Oh no.
will creates a wall to block your progress. Come and meet us on the bridge of the Von Braun. Let us discuss your future.
At least the barrier only appears when you walk there. I think in the original it was already there. I do appreciate that added detail. It's little things like these that make the game so much fun to me, or like the remaster. Not that the game wouldn't be fun without them, but it's just, yeah, little things like these. I talked about this when while I was playing with my friend, while my friend was playing Deltarune. I was watching them, and it's just all these little details that developers add that just, even if you're not noticing them, they add up to the enjoyment of a game. And if it's just, like, the people that care about the details, they will find them, and if there's people that don't care about them, yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. You're definitely real. Yes, yes. Never, I've never fought you. Just how do I know your brain is gonna be here? Fuck off. Oh wow, look, a brain. Champagne. You know, I've actually recently been considering to have a drink again. And when I mean a drink, I just mean a few sips of like stronger alcohol. Not like let's get drunk, kind of. I want to drink alcohol, but really just drink something stronger. Like, I mean, I could do the like funny and say Jägermeister, but I feel like Jägermeister, if I want to drink like a Höblicker that isn't that doesn't have a flavor that is too strong. Right? Because alcohol to me is something I wish to enjoy, not something I wish to just, like, you know... You get me? Because in that case... Ra. So organ continues to pull slowly and ooze a black fluid. Chemicals needed to research. Ra. I have to get back to the elevator. I don't want to go back to the elevator. Now, when it comes to beer, man, you want a beer recommendation, you hit me the fuck up. I have tried almost every single beer I can here in Bavaria. A small tip for you, since I have actually given this beer to a few American people. If you want to drink a good starter beer, that is German, I recommend a beer called Mönchshof Landbier. So the translation would be monk place. Hof, translating it as place. I mean, you can't translate. Mönchshof Landbier, so land beer. It is into like, imagine the flavors like on sort of like a spectrum with a malt, like pure malts being on the left end and a pure hops flavor on the other end. Mönchshof Landbier is right in the middle. It is a good blend of all the flavors. It isn't too strong, it isn't too mild, and it has that good German beer flavor that hopefully would enjoy. After that, right, where is Ra? Rasputin. Rasputin's out of Vegas left machine. Is there anything else I need from here? Doesn't really look like it. Excuse me, I'm checking, is there anything? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Oh shit, almost 2 AM, okay. I'll get onto the Ewan Rickenbacker. Or the Von Braun. Oh, this is the Rickenbacker we're on, right? Or was the Rickenbacker the thing we're getting on? I keep mixing them up. Hello, Speedur. But yeah, we're about to be done with this segment. I have 249 nanites, that is not a lot. Oh well, should be enough. Oh, but yeah, when it comes to beer, you hit me up, I'll help you out very gladly. I love beer.
Research complete.
That's the organ to deal more damage to them, right? You learn the best talk to Psyrevas, yet goodbye. La 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 la. Corpse.
I am pleased. Transmitting cybernetic modules.
Oh, this, I remember my very first playthrough. I looked at this and this scared the ever-living shit out of me. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this?
We must destroy the Von Braun. But before we can separate the Rickenbacker, we must remove the foul black eggs the many have spawned. These eggs are an experiment for many and will in time spawn the next generation of Annelid, which will have the hope of destroying. Steel yourself for a struggle, human. They fear you, for you are my avatar.
Oh, damn, these eggs look cool now. Okay, this actually looks quite menacing. Because before it was just like a glowing egg kind of deal and it looked alright.
Good. You have destroyed the first of the eggs. But there are 15 left. Find them.
If I remember correctly, this segment was rushed. Like they ran out of time and needed to extend the gameplay a bit more. Hey! Hey, shoot that guy, not me. Well, show yourself. Yay! I murdered a robot. Meow. Bulk hazmat containment warning: do not exceed limit. Before signing for shipment, verify box count and note any damage or carrier delivery received. Oh, that's cool. Oh. I don't know why I was thinking it was gonna do anything. I hear another one. Now we're getting to the part in System Shock 2 where I can slowly start using anti-personnel.
Soldier, this is Captain William Diego. There isn't much time, so you must listen. I have the unique advantage of seeing this whole situation from every imaginable perspective. Until recently, I was a pawn of those vile and disgusting creatures, those corruptors of mind and body. I've managed to cleanse myself of their putrescence, but I've been severely compromised in the process. I'm in the sick bay on the foredeck of the Rickenbacker. I would come to you if I could, but that's an impossibility. You'll understand when we meet. Now get to it. And soldier, stay alive.
Stay alive. Oh shit, Diego, you know that wasn't on my plan. My daily plans of things to do, but now that you mention it, I think I want to now.
This was caused by an overload in the Meson acceleration coil. There is another coil in part 2, which you must pass to get to the
There
bridge
is
of the
another.
Rickenbacker.
If you approach it,
The same will happen there, but I have conceived a way to avoid this. Proceed to engine cell B. There I will provide you the
Hello.
benefits of my omniscience.
Didn't I say I wanted to stop? You know, the fact I can walk here now and don't have to crawl is definitely a thing that I'm very appreciative for. Hello. Oh. Goodbye. Right. I think this is a good place to actually end for tonight. Yes, this is stream. There you go. Confirm. End game. Quit. Confirm. I really love this game. This is the... What the fuck, Tenna? This is a very, very, very faithful, what's it called? Very, very, very faithful remaster, and I'm very happy I get to play this. I'm very happy I get to play this. Like, you wouldn't believe how happy I am about it. That being said, though, as much as I would want to actually finish the game tonight, because I'm pretty sure the rest of the game is, with my current speed, 2 hours left. That would mean I would have to play until 4 AM, and, you know, if there's one thing I don't like, it is seeing the sun rise, because I played for too long. So, I say we finish the game probably tomorrow. Emphasis on probably. I don't know if I want to stream tomorrow, if I even will stream tomorrow. Who knows? But what I do know is I want to head to bed. So that being said, I thank you all very, very much for watching. We'll definitely need a proper ending screen at one point. When that will be, who the fuck knows? I don't. Professionality is part of the game with me. But yeah, whenever I will be streaming again, I say check out the server for that, !Discord. There I will tell if I stream again. Or you can usually just expect me to stream between 10 PM CST plus 1 to 2 PM CST plus 1. Like today. But yeah, that being said, I'm heading off. Y'all, thank you very, very much for watching. Greatly appreciated, especially your Doris. Thank you very much for having decided to join the stream. And yeah, goodbye, good night, good day, whatever it is for you. Goodbye.